All right, greetings. Let's see if we can check the mic real quick. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. I am checking the mic, family, and I am seeing whether or not if this mic is on point. Am I there? Am I on? All right, greetings. Assalamu alaikum. Walaikum salam, Nia Muhammad. You said your notifications are actually working. Well, anyway, this is Professor Griff, and of course, this is Arm the Masses right here on Black Power Media Reloaded. Shout out to Kim Clark. I see you checking in early. Peace, family. All right. BT-Riri. What's going on, Riri? I didn't know you was in the building. All right. Riri's in the building, y'all, so you know you better act right. Gerald, what's up, man? I sent you something to test out, Gerald. Make sure you respond back. All right. Anyway, today's topic subject is Dr. Khalid Muhammad's sister, 79-year-old sister, kind of goes off and kind of talks about whether or not if a certain level of appreciation, finance, and homage should go to her brother, Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad. All right, let me see. I think for the rest of the summer, I'm going to try to start getting out and about. And yeah, just kind of start broadcasting the show from some other place other than, yeah, it's getting kind of claustrophobic, kind of stale, kind of boring, kind of a few other things. Need to know what's good with you. Ernest, Grant, what's happening, man? The Ernster popping. I sent you something too, Ernie. Check it out, man. Give me some. I already corrected a few things. A couple of people already responded. Make sure you check your email. Master Lee is in the building. All right, Master Lee. Oh, I should say. All right. In the meantime, between time, let me go over here on IG and see who is checking in. Shouts to you, King Pharrell. I don't know. King Reeve, Pharrell, I don't know. Yeah. Ethereal, I'm not sure. You know we have an issue with this English language. It twists and ties up our tongue. In the meantime, between time, shout out to everyone that participated, all right, in coming through the other day on, man, I meant to bring my my plaque downstairs so I could show y'all my certificate, of appreciation, because they said I was a dope dad, so I wanted to show that. I shout out to the brothers and sisters that came out to not only hear Professor Griff speak, but all the other brothers that had organizations that were in the building that's taken upon their shoulders. All right. Benjamin Divine, what's good, man? Formerly Divine Rhymes. What's happening with you? Benjamin in the building. Shout out not only Benjamin to the other brothers that showed up and showed out on Saturday. So much so that I missed a very important engagement. My sister Nia, her retirement party was at the mall at her store. I missed it. So yeah, you owe me, Benjamin. All right. Anyway, all of those brothers that showed up and showed out. Thank y'all. Thank you. We had a very respectful, very necessary talk that we need to have. And a lot of times those talks need to happen in an environment that we can control and we can secure. So shout out to Benjamin. Really appreciate you for having me. All right, let me upload something real quick before we dive into the subject. I knew I was saying, damn, Griff, every time we come on here, you ain't never ready. Because a lot of times I like doing things on the spot. I don't know. I'm Mr. On the Spot. Let's make it happen now. Can y'all rock and roll with me? All right. First thing I want to upload. All right. Not the audio book. Of course, I did a short story the other day and already had the short story written because I put it out along with my book. Now you know the 5 elements of hip hop. Yours truly, Professor Griff. If you don't have this book, go get it right now. Google it or go to my website, professorgriff.me. All right, let me see. The second thing I want to kind of upload is a writer's class that I'm actually giving. I am taking it upon myself to set in motion on what it's going to actually take, all right, to put some things in place in order to raise the vibrational pitch of young people's writing. All right, what are they writing about? How are they writing? What techniques are they using? Do they know song structure? That kind of thing. We can't take it for granted that they do. Some of the older people that they work with in some of the studios that are going to are doing a marvelous job. But your brother, Professor Griff, all right, Warriors in a Garden presents Professor Griff's songwriting workshop this Sunday, 7 o'clock. It's online. If you would like to come in person, you're going to have to hit me up. All right, 678-557-2919. All right, the donation is $25. Of course, it's a mutual exchange of energy. All right, it's a 2-hour online songwriters workshop. If you would like to pretend, not pretend, attend, hit me up, 678. Sometimes I talk too fast for my own good. 678-557-2919. 678-557-2919. And of course, my book, The Birth, is out. Ebook and audio book is out. Go to professorgriff.me. And of course, you can go to public, the letters NME.me, and you can get it. And if you're having trouble with that, just text me 678-557-2919. Really appreciate everyone for your support. All right. Wait, did I have one? Yep, I did. All right, one more thing, fam. Hold on. Where is it at? All right, it's not in front of me. We can't worry about that right now. We're going to cancel that. All right, get back to that. Go back to that, and we're good. All right, let me find the clip of Dr. Khalid Muhammad's sister. A sister that I haven't met her. I've heard about her, but I haven't met her. So we're just going to kind of dive in. We're going to listen to what she has to say, and then we're actually going to talk necessarily about that. I want to take a different approach to this. Dr. Khalid's sister, 79-year-old sister, goes off. A couple of people have sent it to me. I discussed it with a few people. I even got a chance to discuss it. All right. So her first line is the thing that kind of stopped me in my tracks. I said, well, let me listen to this in its entirety. So I'm going to let you guys hear it, and then we'll talk. All right. Is that cool? All right. I think I already had it. All right. Here we go.
Tupac would have wanted, being as though his album didn't come out till after he was dead, he would have wanted for my brother to be credited and paid, not messed over by Tom Whaley and nobody else. As far as Ice Cube's, his record label, he put and his record label put it, act like you was down with the nation, and you turncoat on my brother, talking about MAGA. What does MAGA? Some Trump? He ran around Trump deporting everybody. He didn't deport his own man. Public enemy. I don't know where to come from. trying to use my brother power and wipe out his name? How you going to erase a legend's name? I don't understand that. Somebody please explain that to me. And D'Angelo, I don't know where to come from, especially with a name like D'Angelo and Black Messiah. You probably a black ugly, but you took my brother's speech, his voice, and used 1 minute of it when you shouldn't have used none. So you need to dump like a dump truck too, okay? Pay to the pipe, it's your turn. As far as you coming, you stole from my brother 11 months ago. You stole from him, and you still trying to steal from him by not rewarding him, crediting him, giving him what's due to him. A hella fine black man, and you know it. So mother, get up off them high horse, get down low, and come on up with the dough, okay? This has been going on for decades, and this is the reason for the lawsuit that we have filed, because of the fact that, I mean, it just, everything is just all twisted and fucked up. So I really can't put it in any other aspect other than it's just fucked up, okay? And we want it unfucked up. So you catch my drift? You understand what the fuck I'm talking about? I don't want to have to come find one of you motherfuckers and get in your face and tell you this shit, okay? I'm trying to give you a hint, okay? And as far as the money from the lawsuit, what we want to do is we want to have a black museum, a black resource center, black studies. We want all of this. And it's very expensive, but worth it. Dr. Khalid was a fearless figure fighter, very fearless. And I'm praying that we have many more fearless young black legencies to come up behind him. This is about Tupac's.
All right. All right. All right. Greetings, family. Let me know if you can hear my voice when somebody texted me and said they could barely hear me. All right. That was Dr. Khalid Muhammad. Sister. Voicing her frustration at the record labels, and then it kind of morphed down into the actual artist. So today, the approach I want to take to kind of try to get a different understanding of this it's not simple and it's not easy. It's a very sensitive kind of situation and subject. I want to approach it and just let the people know I'm not sidestepping the issue. Her frustration in how her brother's legacy is being treated is very, very valid. That's number one. Number two, I'm not sidestepping the issue because Public Enemy's name was mentioned in that. Luckily, my face wasn't on the screen, which was a beautiful thing for one reason or another. But I did have a conversation with a couple of the family members, and I'm not mentioning any names. All right. Those family members that do care to talk. Beautiful conversation because the family members are some beautiful, beautiful people. I'm not sure if y'all know my relationship or knew my relationship with Dr. Khalid Muhammad. I sat at Dr. Khalid Muhammad's feet. When you hear my early lectures, you could hear Khalid and how I presented what I presented. You heard Steve Coakley. Later on, you heard Black Dot. You heard the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. You understand what I'm saying? You heard Kwame Ture, formerly known as Stokely Carmichael. You've heard aspects of these individuals in the way I kind of present my thing. You've heard Dr. Francis Cress Wilson. When you hear me say you following me, that's my sister, Dr. Frances Cress Wilson. All right. So, yeah, so I'm definitely giving shout out not only to Dr. Khalid Muhammad in the way he brought things. He was a revolutionary brother with a revolutionary spirit, which is a beautiful thing. And I've often said a few shows ago that we rarely hear the man's voice, or no one really mentions his name anymore, which is a critical thing. So back to the point, Dr. Khalid Muhammad's 79-year-old sister goes off on not only record labels, but the companies, and by right, she has to do that. It is very, very, very valid. Validating her frustration right now. I want to approach it from a different angle. Let me just say this from the rip. I was the one responsible. Whether you see it good or bad, I'm taking ownership of that. I'm owning it. I'm taking it on my shoulders. I was the one responsible for introducing that body of work, all right, to Public Enemy. All right. When you heard Khalid's voice, when you heard Tom Todd, Minister Farrakhan, Ava Muhammad, all the Jesse Jackson, it was Professor Griff, who was the Minister of Information, that brought this information and said, listen, here you go. I mean, a bucket load of information that ended up being songs, ended up being information in the songs, ended up having the spirit to put those things in there, the wherewithal, the foresight, the insight, the hindsight to put it in those songs to help move our minds, to help move an entire generation, to help raise the vibratory pitch of our thinking into the mind of God. All right. These songs in Public Enemy and the movement was designed to do that. I take full responsibility for delivering that information. So to you, sister, it was no ill intent. I thought I was doing not only your brother a favor, but us as a people, because the world needed to hear his voice. And I said, what better platform than for me as Minister of Information, having hundreds of tapes and DVDs. I thought it was my duty to take that information and put it on songs so that the world can hear your brother's voice. All right. Now, I may have been ignorant of copyright laws, which I'm going to discuss today. I may have been ignorant of what your brother is owed, because the time that we was doing this, your brother was alive. Well, spiritually, he's still alive in us. All right. But your brother was physically alive on the planet. And I did what I thought was I was supposed to do as far as a Minister of Information. Hold on, someone sent me a text message. Hold on. It said my camera was jacked up. Hold on for a second. Let me just correct this one problem, family. I'm gonna get right back. All right. Let me just correct the camera issue. I think that's better for the camera issue. All right. Let me know. Text me back if I straighten out the issue. All right. In any event, I thought I was doing what was necessary as Minister of Information, Public Enemy. All right. I put the information out there. He was alive. We could have had that discussion. And if there was monies that Khalid was owed and he's due, then by all means, I would have done everything in my power to make sure Dr. Khalid Muhammad, Khalid Abdul Muhammad, gets what he deserves. All right. Now, did anyone know? I can't speak for them, but it wasn't. We just kind of thought we was doing a revolutionary thing by putting speeches over music, and that became a thing. After Public Enemy did it, that became a thing. Lost Sheep Productions and other people started putting speeches over music and selling, and then the mixtape thing happened, and it grew. And that was the thing, man, that woke a lot of people up around the globe. So when you start hearing beats and music with speeches over it, that was a beautiful thing. I know I had a few. Hell, I'm driving back and forth to New York, North Carolina, Florida, and other places. Them joints used to get me down the road for real. So shout out to all those individuals, DJs, mixtape DJs, and producers that use that method to take people's work, speeches, and put it over music. Now, when big record companies heard that, of course, they looked at it as a fad, but it was waking up a lot of people. All right. And the sister, Dr. Khalid, sister is absolutely correct. Once it got to the point where, okay, now people are just taking the man's speeches and, I understand that he needs to be compensated. Before it ends up in a lawsuit, which I think they're already there. Yeah, some of those. So I was contacted and I said, if you go after those artists right now, I'm not sure if the artist, this is number one, please make a mental note of this. Number one, I don't think those artists own those songs anymore. I don't. I'm not speaking for any one group or any one individual. I don't think those artists own those songs anymore. So now it's the people and the individuals and the companies that own the songs is who you have to go after. All right. Okay. Now you can kind of go through the artist to get the right names, email addresses, and that kind of thing to know who to speak to. And a lot of them, they're not giving that information up. Some of those individuals that set that in motion, they're not even at these record labels anymore. All right. So I'm just kind of putting you up on game on how you might have to move with that situation. So now, moving forward, how do we now go back? Because I think since then, I think I've done that about another 24 times. If you go listen to my last album, The Energy Code, or The Asapo Soul, I've taken people's voices and put it, speeches and snippets or whatever, and put it on there. If there's something you got to sign off and pay for, then by all means, I'll do that. But sampling was an art. Sampling was an art form that Bomb Squad knew well. And then from the Bomb Squad, Dre and other people on the West Coast knew well. Other producers kind of, got a hold of it and said, okay, yo, this is the thing. Introducing songs with speeches or putting speeches in the middle of songs and that kind of thing. Yeah, I think, there needs to be a conversation. Now, did we think that we was going to get rich by using Khaled's voice? No, it was a risk and a chance that we were taking because the position that he took. We married our energy onto his to reach our people. The same thing with other Steve Coakley's voice, Tom Todd's voice, Ava Muhammad's voice. It's like, we wanted to get and propel those individuals and the message to get the message out there. So we thought we was doing a revolutionary thing. Am I saying in 2025 that she's not correct in going after the record companies so that they can pay something? Yes. All right. And they should pay something. All right. Ernest Grant said, Griff, would this be a domino effect because PE had other sound bit speeches from other Black revolutionary leaders? Yeah, it would be a domino effect. And even if it was a domino effect, Ernie, there's still some compensation that needs to be kind of met and paid. He needs to be compensated. The foundation needs to be compensated. He's not physically with us. So those that are responsible for his foundation and what she said they were going to do with the money is a beautiful thing. So then let me see if I could do a remix real quick. How about we approach all those individuals in those groups that did use his voice? And you might have a long battle and an expensive battle with record labels. But how about we get back together and say, we're going to do this for the Dr. Khalid Muhammad Foundation. We'll do a project and all the proceeds go to the family and the foundation so that we can continue this revolutionary work. All right. You go to court, and I'm not saying not to. I'm saying do your thing. I'm just saying that may end up in court for a long, long time. Will the artists that sampled, will the producers that sampled, because you're really going to go after the producers and record labels. A lot of times the artists, like for example, I witnessed recently Nas getting an award, and I applauded Nas. I meant to go on here and recognize Nas for doing his thing. They gave him an award for sampling Jamal Ahmed, I believe from Pittsburgh, jazz artist. But I said to myself, it probably wasn't Nas that chose that sample. It was probably whoever produced the song. Nas gave the nod and rapped over it, but who's the producer? All right. So I'm saying all that to say this, and I'm almost at my 30-minute mark. We have to be very mindful now, since the laws are changing. We went from analog to digital, and the laws are changing. The algorithms now are picking certain things up. And here we are in the age of AI. And a lot of times you just cannot just use people's voice to say and do whatever. You understand what I'm saying? Simply because it might bite you in the rear end 20 years later, as it is biting people in the rear end right now as we speak. All right. So we do have to understand that, yeah, he's old. All right. So listen, be mindful of what you sample and who you sample. Be mindful of the context in which you use the particular sample in or on. Then on top of that, there are platforms that are out there right now that are license-free platforms. You could use the music that's license-free. Now, what they're doing just to put you up on game, I'm not the best, no, I'm not the smartest one in the room. I'm just saying to you, this is part of my writer's workshop I'm doing this weekend. They are putting codes. I'm going to tell you what those codes are once you sign up for the class. All right. They're putting codes embedded in the music that the algorithm can automatically pick up and let them know where you got that music from. All right. For example, on my songs that I put and sell on Bandcamp, there's a code that I put on those songs which is actually called the digital footprint. I'll give you what the name of the codes are in the class. Make sure you sign up for the class. Somebody said, what class are you talking about? Real quick, I am talking about this class, my writer's workshop this weekend. Warriors in the Garden presents Professor Griff Songwriters Workshop, 8/17/25, Sunday, 7 p.m., a 2-hour online workshop. All right. Now, so those codes are your digital footprint, which follows that song anywhere it goes digitally. All right. Okay. So let's kind of understand that on where we're getting these samples from these sample libraries that people are selling. Now, I've been selling digital sample libraries that I paid my hard-earned money for and took my time to put together to sell. As a matter of fact, I had an auction for my entire library for any producer that wanted to step up to the plate and claim it. All right. Whether it's physical or digital, my library was open. Thousands and thousands of sounds, kicks and snares and cymbals and hi-hats and scratches and bass lines and guitar riffs and violins and pads and orchestral stuff, horns, whatever it was. All right. These sound libraries sell these things. All right. Once you use them, are you responsible? All right. Griff, the real AI is African intelligent when it comes to any type of creation. Well, Ernie, can I do the remix on that? Part of my talk this Sunday, not only AI is African intelligence, but AI is actually ancestral intelligence, ancestral integration. All right. Because of the Akashic records. So we talk about Akashic intelligence, ancestral intelligence, we're pulling down from the Akashic records, all right, which will actually pull something out of us and we can meet that information halfway. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, I just wanted to drop that remix out there on that. All right. Thank you very much, Ernsta. Now, so when we start talking about this idea of copyrights, owning your songs, owning your material, there's another deeper conversation that we need to have, King Simon. And that deeper conversation is intellectual property. Every time you do a talk on here, King Simon, on your platform, that's your intellectual property. You own that. How do you secure it so later on someone don't come along and take King Simon's voice and use it on their platform or over some beats later on? All right. So it's very complicated. It's very confusing because even those that are operating in the analog realm and they morphed into the digital thing, these are the same people that we have to deal with in the digital realm. Those are the same ones that own the analog system that we were using. All right. Now, have we read the fine print? I'm on here right now, hopefully giving you some tidbits that you can run with on the business tip. I'm not getting paid for this, but do I own this intellectual property? You would say, yeah, you own it, Professor Grip. And I would say for y'all to pump your brakes, because if you didn't read the fine print, in the analytics right here on YouTube or Facebook, how do you know I own this? Yeah, this is me in the flesh. It's time-stamped. It's dated. Y'all are on here. I can prove that this is me. I can prove that this is my channel. I can prove I am who I am. This is my voice. Blah, 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 blah. I own it. Yeah. Got you. Once you put it in their system, then you have to kind of follow their rules. And if they're saying that once you put it in their system, they own it, what are you going to say? They'll tell you, then stop using their system. King Simon used to do radio, so you know. So if we're talking about copyrights, if we're talking about copyright infringement, if we're talking about intellectual property, this is the thing that Dr. Khalid Muhammad's sister was talking about. If they said right now, if I was to sample James Brown, right? Or if I was to sample Stevie Wonder, all right? If I was to sample Maurice White or Philip Bailey and put it in a song that I claim that I own, but I use his voice, shouldn't I compensate him? Then he could say that's copyright infringement because that's me. I wrote that piece. It's copyrighted. All right. Then we could go deeper and we could say he copyrighted and owns the inflections in his voice, his likeness. If I sample Prince right now, you think Prince's Foundation will come after me? If I went and did a song called I don't know, until the end of time, truly I adore you, and I took that and I made a song called Adore You or Truly or whatever, flipped it, add some beats, did an Afro beat under it, yada yada yada, whoopty whoopty whoop, use Prince's voice. Come on, man, you know they coming for me. You know they coming for me. What is the difference of you using Prince's voice and you using Dr. Khalid Muhammad's voice? You just because you don't have big conglomerates coming after you. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, you got Khalid Muhammad's foundation, his sister, other people coming for you. All right. Okay. Then somebody said, sing that, she grip. No. That shit was all out of key and everything else. Y'all crazy. Anyway, so I'm just saying, hopefully y'all got my point. All right. She's very valid and she has a point. And if the right people didn't come to the table to at least have the conversation, then yeah, it might end up in court. All right. And with everything that's going on with the music, you understand what I'm saying? Right now, I don't really want to mention no names and call anybody out. I'm not going to do that. But AI, I mean, what's it, Suno? They got 3 or 4 lawsuits right now. Individuals are training AI characters to make music and put the information in the music out there. All right. Yeah, that's deep. Need to know. Early on, when I was writing my book, The Psychological Covert War on Hip Hop, I noticed that the language in the contracts were changing. And everyone that I know in the music industry has gotten a raw deal. I'm just going to ask a question and throw it out there. I'm going to open up and put the invitation out there for people to call in. All right. Call in with factual stuff. Don't just call in just to be calling in. All right. Can y'all tell me someone that's actually haven't been beat in the music industry? There's a lot of people I just know that's just, if you don't have your business right, but who knows that? You're up under people that's supposed to be bringing you along. All right. I say soon as the song is done, that night, that morning, send out the paperwork for people to sign off on the song, on what percentage of the song they own. All right. I don't care if it's their social security number, the number that you get from ASCAP and BMI, the publishing name, your artist name, and your government name. Make sure all of that is on that one page, so you'll have documentation on what you own as far as that song is concerned. All right, and make sure you know and understand your number is attached to that song as far as the publishing is concerned. That's just basic stuff I'm going to go over this weekend. All right. Once again, and I know this is not a shameless plug. Once again, the class is Warriors in the Garden presents Professor Griff Songwriters Workshop, 8/17/25, Sunday at 7 o'clock. All right, it's a 2-hour online songwriters workshop. We're going to talk about a lot of things, some of the things I discussed today, but we do need to talk on where do you start with building a song, from your idea, concept to completion, everything in between. What does that look like? And then the beautiful thing that we're going to do, family, on Sunday is we're going to make a song on the spot. All right, on the spot. Love it. I love it. Let's go. All right. Make sure y'all sign up. If y'all having issues with the QR codes, whatever, hit me up at 678-557-2919. Hold on. Hold on. There's another one waiting for you. Here we go. Y'all can go to that website and sign up. www.publicnme.me. All right. For the workshop this Sunday. All right. This Sunday. All right. All right. All right. So the class is happening this Sunday. Oh, I hear that little one about to come down here. So this is the end of my 3 or 4 day, me being on granddad duty. We did everything. We did karate, boxing. We went over letters, numbers. She went outside. We went to the park. She did, yeah. We went to botanical garden to see butterflies and insects and flowers and all kind of stuff. Anyway, where we at? All right. All right. Any questions so far, fam? If you're just tuning in, we're talking about Dr. Khalid Muhammad's 79-year-old sister goes off on not only record companies, those individuals that own the songs now, and the artists. And I'm not saying what I'm saying to let the artists off the hook. Some of the artists that she mentioned, I kind of know, and they had no ill intent. You know, they had no ill intent with using Khaled's voice. It was a thing that we were doing at that particular time to raise the vibratory pitch of our thinking, to raise the consciousness level of our people. All right. Somebody said, what was that song you were just humming? Oh, I will put the name of the song in the chat. My G Jordan. My G Jordan. How long? I don't know the name of the song, but I'll just put what I'm humming. Hold on. And then I'll put in parentheses. Oh, nope. I think I know the name of it. Waiting for You. Yes, ma'am. Come here.
I think I need you like to put the box upstairs when.
Well, I'm on. Okay.
I'm talking about when you're finished.
When I'm finished. Okay. So how about you just cut the box open and take the stuff out? Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Really appreciate you. Okay. Oh man. Anyway, that's a Taurus for you, man. They be giving orders. For real. They give orders. Yeah. Anybody a Taurus out there, y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, yeah. So I hope y'all got it. The song, make sure I'm correct. Because a lot of times you hear stuff, it stays in your spirit. And yeah, my youngest daughter laughed out loud. Oh, your youngest daughter, positive soul. Yeah. Sounds like my daughter. Okay, Randall Anderson. Sounds like your daughter. Them 5-year-olds, man, they be, yeah. Hold on, let me make sure the song is right. Hold on for a second. Let me make sure it's right. I can't play the whole song or even I want to make sure it's right. Hold on. I'm there with y'all, fam, but hold on. I guess that might be the name of it. King Simon, hold on for a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Mute yourself, man. Mute your mic. All right, it's my G Jordan, Waiting for You, featuring Naomi Sharon. All right, I hope they answer your question. All right. King Simon, what's good with you? And Master Lee.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, indeed.
Back in the day with Dr. Khalid, Khalid didn't mind the youth taking his voice back in those days. And he didn't ask for no money. But he did, he knew that the young was going to grab his music or grab his tones like they grabbed Minister Farrakhan and Malcolm's tone
Right.
and make it happen, because he knew the battle cry was in the lectures and the battle cry is synonymous with the music that y'all was putting out, Ice Cube was putting out,
Right.
X Clan was putting out. So you know, what the sister's doing now, I understand, but you got to remember, Khalid was co-signing all of that back in the day.
Right.
Back in the day, he was.
Yeah,
I
because
remember.
right, because as you know, I ran with Khalid for a minute, and
Me too.
so it's like, yeah, and Khalid was that he was that dude. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Even in the new Black Panther Party, he was just that dude, and people have taken, not only his physical voice, but his energy, the way
that's
he
right.
speaks, that the intonation of his voice, that speaking tone, and that pattern, and the way he said things and did things. So
That's
yeah,
right.
but he co-signed it. I'm glad you brought that point up. He co-signed it.
He co-signed it and wanted it to go out because he knew how important it was. He co-signed it and wanted it to be out there because he knew how important the message of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad,
Right.
Minister Louis Farrakhan, Malcolm X was important that we put the revolutionary talk over the music.
That's right. That's right.
That's right. So even on radio, when I was on WNWK with Brother Ramza, Ramza used to do the Black Connection and put lectures under jazz music. And then I did my own introspection into the Black Connection and put lectures over reggae, R&B, and also hip hop tones. And then you had, of course, you said Lost Sheeps and everybody else. Of course,
Right. I
we did.
heard, I don't know what brother used to come on at like 5, 6 in the morning after prayer on WRL way back in
WWRL.
the day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And I
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, I heard Norman Connors, man, and he put Minister Farrakhan in that thing. I was like,
Oh yeah.
oh man, bro.
Oh
Shout
yeah.
out to Norman
You
Connors.
know, we used to put
Yeah.
Minister Farrakhan. We used to put Minister Farrakhan. We used to put. I used to put Marcus Garvey. I used to put Haley Selassie I speech. I still have some of those tapes that I did on radio back in the day,
Right.
cassettes that I recorded. So,
Right.
I respect what she's trying to do now, but I think it's people. If you look back into the files and the records and the conversations Dr. Khalid had back in the day
Uh-huh.
with many of us, he wanted us to do it because he knew, like I said, how important the message was, the
Right.
liberation message.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I hooked up with my brother Hanif in Philly,
Yes,
and both he has like maybe 50,000 DVDs and VHS tapes. I know I got 5,000, and we said we need to kind of come together, man, and start putting some music under some of those speeches and kind of do that again and get that information out there because it's needed right now.
exactly. I would do it again. I would do it on radio again if I had to.
Right,
Somebody asked me to do a radio program from 2 to 6, but I don't just want to play music and talk. Nah, I got to put some, and that's why I don't like to be under program directors anymore.
they
Because
program directors, they direct the programming.
exactly, so YouTube and all these channels here, you could do all your podcasts and do your own thing. You could put there, even if with the licensed music, you could put those tones or those speeches right on top of those music, right
Right,
here on YouTube. But you
exactly.
know, people gonna try to sue you for, like you said earlier, intellectual property.
Right, exactly.
How you feeling? You good?
I'm good. I'm really good, man. Feeling energized. Finding different ways to get this information out to the to young people, to that next generation. I
Right.
released the audio book. I think I sent it to you. If not, I'll get
Yeah,
it to you.
yeah, you
Um,
did.
and I wrote a short story, man, based on the book that I already have out. And it's an 8-minute story, man, because a lot of people's attention spans are short. It's an
Right.
8-minute story about the 5 elements of hip hop. I put some music under that, and I'm putting that out tomorrow.
Pardon me. I'm traveling back to Georgia, so I'm here. I'm at the bus stop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm coming back in.
All right. I really appreciate you though for coming on, man.
You know how it is, my brother.
All
All
right,
right.
salute.
Salute.
All
Salute.
right, peace.
Peace.
King Simon on the move. Taking time out of his day to come on through. Really appreciate that. We have to find innovative ways to kind of, do what we need to do to get the information out. I know our brothers and sisters in other parts of the planet really appreciate it. Master Lee, what's happening?
Hey, how you doing, Griff?
I'm maintaining what's good with you.
Pretty good, pretty good. I was having a little technical difficulties, but I believe I got that put together now. So forgive me for that. But I heard you just say right before I had shut off to come back on, you said taking some of those speeches and laying them on top of some beats and putting some information out that way.
Right.
I have been working on a project for maybe about 2 to 3 days now, and I've been doing that. I feel like the newer generations, they don't do enough of that, right?
Wait, slow down. They don't know how to do that. They don't know to do that.
You right.
You speaking kind of like, yeah, no, they don't know that. That's not their thing. That's my generation thing.
Right.
So they don't know anything about that.
That's
so
true.
Let's not put that on them.
That's right. But I'll put it on you, and I will say
Thank
that
you. I'll take it.
Something has been moving me to seeing that going off the back of what brother was just saying. I feel as though that can be a form of advanced nutrition. Because I was thinking about naming that the title for my new project when I've been doing that. But at the same time, with you saying that, I feel as though that's a way to get the information to a younger audience, or, you know, to a widespread audience by putting those speeches on some really nice beats. Okay. So I appreciate you.
No, I got you. I'm gonna bring my man on. Hold on.
Hey, blessings, y'all. Blessings.
D Nick, what's good?
Peace.
Cool, man. Blessed, man. I had a question about you said his sister is the one that has a problem with the usage of
I'm trying to understand what you're saying. You said his sister what?
I'm asking, does his sister have a problem with the way his voice has been used, or?
No, his sister's having an issue with him. Has found him not getting paid, and people are using his voice and they're not compensating him. They're not saying, you know, the groups that she's mentioned, the record labels that she mentioned, the people that she mentioned from the labels, they're like, okay, well, they're not compensating him. So you understand what I'm saying?
Okay, I just wanted clarity. So that's her issue, is not getting paid to the estate and everything. Is there a way to right that wrong?
Yeah. There's a way to right that wrong. I gave one example of how we can right that wrong. You understand what I'm saying? Then the other way is go back and find all of those songs that his voice is on. Do a basic accounting.
Yeah.
And give whatever percentage back to the foundation. Case closed. Case closed. It's that simple. But who wants to do that? Who is going to do that? And if no one wants to find those songs wherever they are, whoever's album they were on, and then track down the accounting and find out who owns the copyright and the publishing, so that the payout can happen. Yeah, that's the issue.
Right. And there's also, because you ran with him. I was only blessed to witness. I was a little cub, and I got to witness one speech, and I seen the recording, and towards the latter end, I know he was. I'm not going to say the artist's name, but he was critical of this artist, and he was like, I was running with him, but this artist done melted on me, you know. And I'm sure you know who I'm referencing. It was like I was running with him, but this artist done melted on me.
Well, I think did you hear what his sister had to say?
I did not, and that's why I wanted to ask you if is there something that she might know that we might not know, or
Of course, there's some things that she know that we don't know. There's some things I know that y'all don't know. But I know what artist you're talking about. But he said that himself, but that's not the conversation I'm having today. I'm trying to get young people aware of getting your copyright together, your intellectual property together, your trademark together, and your publishing together, so we don't face this 20 years from now when they use D Nick's voice or Master Lee's voice or Professor Griff's voice.
It's happened. I've been
right. I'm like, hey, you know what? That's the world we live in.
And I do seminars and lectures, because I went most of my career not knowing that there was 6 copyrights on one song. Like every song has at least 6 copyrights, not just one.
Okay.
You know? And so like you have to educate these people. Like, I didn't know what a PRU was, like a
Right.
performance royalty unit and all of this type of stuff. And because you come from 9 to 5 work, so you do the show, you sell the record, you get paid that way. But then there's digital distribution, there's public performance, there's mechanical royalties, it's 6 copyrights to one song.
Right. So what I was attempting to do this Wednesday was bring on those individuals that can discuss these things. So to just kind of put people up on game. Now, y'all got to keep something in mind, and I'm not just saying this to y'all too.
Yeah.
All right. There are people that are charging $1,000, $995 to sit in that class to learn all of these things.
Yes.
Here we are charging $25 for a class so we can start the process of you knowing and understanding these things, and people refuse to pay. They refuse to sit down for 2 hours.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Claim that they want to be in the music industry. So there's a little test that I give, right? And do y'all mind taking the test?
I would love to.
I either make a mental note or get a piece of paper and a pen. If y'all want to make a mental note, that's cool. If you don't have it handy.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Draw a circle.
Draw a circle.
Circle. We're going to cut it in half. We're going to cut it in half that way. You got 4 pieces of the pie, right?
Yeah.
We're going to turn it the other way, and we're going to make another line this way and another line that way. Now we got 8 pieces, right?
Okay.
We're going to put in the middle a small little circle. Inside that small circle in the middle is your album.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's just say 15 songs, right?
Yeah.
You got
Your
that?
album.
You're making a mental picture.
I can see that.
You own everything. That's your music in the center.
In the
All
center.
right? Fill in the 8 spaces for me on how you get paid in the music industry. Take your time, one at a time.
The album in the middle.
Give me one piece of the pie at a time.
Mechanical royalties.
Who said that?
I did.
Mechanical. All right, Master Lee, give me one, Master Lee.
Shows.
Live shows. Give me another one, D Nick.
The back end of shows, like performance royalty units, PRUs.
Okay, that's 3. All right, come on now. We got 5 more spaces to fill in. All right, talk to me, Master Lee. Merchandise. Yep. Give me another one, D Nick.
Licensing.
Give me another one, Master Lee. Y'all forgetting the important royalties. Okay. Give me another one, D Nick. Right now, if publishing don't come out your mouth, I'm gonna punch you in your chest, man.
I was thinking that one. All right, publishing.
Oh, my chest. He talking you.
All right, but that I don't want to put it on y'all. But
no, that's cool.
So y'all are educated. Y'all are educated about this thing. The vast majority of us, these cats coming up, they don't have this body of knowledge.
No, they don't.
Right. That's what I was talking about.
All right, so they need to be educated about it, and it's a critical thing that you can't sit them down for a few minutes and say, "Look, young blood, you have to know this."
Because that's not the what I've learned is that's not the sexy part of the business. People don't like when I do like lectures and speeches about that. Nobody is like, I've been accused of like you suck the fun out of the music business, and I'm like, man, I just don't want you to get robbed. Like I went like 10 years without knowing what a PRU was. That was my own ignorance and stupidity. Like I don't want the next generation to do that.
Also, on the back of what you're saying, I don't want people to rob the music of the nutritional value that it provides for the people. When Professor Griff was putting Dr. Khalid Muhammad's speeches on music, that was a pivotal moment for him and him. Me personally, I've been doing that for a couple of days now, where I've been taking speeches and putting beats on underneath them, and that I have found to be very added to what I'm doing in my musical space, or it gives people a storyline, or it gives people the notion of what I'm on and the vibration. So I feel a way for the kids that get robbed from the financial aspect, and I also feel for the kids that get robbed in the being able to create and curate something that's very tasteful, right? So I feel for them in both ways.
Okay. All right. I think it's every manager, every producer, all the famous ones y'all know, the DJ Mustards and everyone else. You understand what I'm saying? Need to educate their artists. There needs to be an educational component to every artist that come through your studio. If you're an older dude, you're responsible for those individuals.
Indeed.
A lot of times, people, the artists come in, record label pay the money. They're not concerned about how intelligent or smart or knowledgeable or business savvy the artist is. And I understand it's a business. I understand it, but I'm just saying to you, from one producer, artist, songwriter, to the young brothers that are out there, yeah, if your paths cross with me, it's my duty to educate you about these things. But now you got to at least pay the daggone $25 for the class.
No, you're right.
You got a point. Got a point.
And that ain't even, because that's not specifically their job. They don't want to educate them young brothers. They trying to get over on them.
But also in getting over, double backing off of what you're saying, or double backing off of Professor Griff saying, it's a business, yeah, but you can also do good business too. That's the yin and the yang. You can do bad business, we all know about that, but you can also do good business and show the youth that model as well.
But
man,
how many people
that's projecting. You're right. No disagreement.
It is projection.
However, man, that's projecting some moralities that I'm not willing to project on those people.
I'm about to say, because we getting projected all of this, so why we can't project a little something?
Right now I think you got diarrhea of the mouth, bro, because hell no. D-Nick is right. That's cool. You want to be all positive and shit. Yeah, that's fine. But these cats they're not doing that. They're not trying to teach. They're trying to keep you blind, deaf, and dumb so they can continue to get over on you.
Obviously so.
Imagine a record company signing you and giving you $100K and then got to turn around and put your ass in the class on how to educate you. Come on, man. They're not doing that.
Nah, yeah.
No.
Man, I gotta bail, man. Blessings to you, brothers. Keep that, man. Yes. Keep doing the work. Keep doing the good work, man. Respect.
All right.
Likewise.
Peace. Respect. Peace. That might be all I have today. I want to thank the brothers D-Nick, Maston Lee, and King Simon for coming on, sharing them tidbits of wisdom. But get some education about the music industry, all right, before you sign your life away. These janky contracts that are out there, these 360 deals and all this other stuff are out there. What D-Nick dropped on us is absolutely correct, and I thank both of them for filling in those pieces of the pie, and that because you have to know those things. You understand what I'm saying? There's a few books that are out there, and I should have them handy. My bad. As the Minister of Information, I don't. Maybe when I do part 2 to this, probably tonight or some other time before the class on Saturday, I'll give you all the name of those particular books that you can buy and those links that you can go to on YouTube and other places so that you can hear this for yourself. All right, this is Professor Griff. I got to get ready to get out of here. I love y'all to life. Revolution is not an event. It's a process, fam. Once again, this Sunday, all right, my class is actually happening. Warriors in a Garden presents Professor Griff's Songwriting Workshop. It's a songwriting workshop. All of the things that we discussed today and then some. All right. If you want to donate to the platform, please do so by hitting the Cash App. That's $ Professor Griff and or PayPal. If you want more information about the subject we discussed today, hit me up at 678-557-2919. Shout out to Kalaji. Be safe out there, man. Safe travels. I'm going to see you when I see you. And, of course, family, make sure you hit your brother, Professor Griff, up and get the audio book. All right? The Birth All right, it's an audio book. It's yeah. I don't know if I can reach behind my back and pat myself on the back for that one. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Tried to make it happen. Thanks to everyone that I've sent it out to, that read it, that listened to it, that gave me some feedback. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. As y'all know, the next version of it is coming. I'm going to put some music behind it. Right now, I'm just selecting the music. I'm doing 4 different versions. Y'all right, man. I paid for that damn app. I'm getting my money's worth out of it for real. Y'all killing me. All right. For real. This is the cover. All right. It's the birth, the audio book. Please go to I'm going to put it up on the screen. In order to get the audio book, you have to go to this site that's on the screen. I promise I'm getting off of here in a minute. All right. www.professorgriff.bandcamp.com. All right. I'm going to blow it up so you can see it. ProfessorGriff.bandcamp.com to get the audio book. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. LP, what's good with you, man? Hope you got your package. I need to know you good. All right. Need to know you. All right. Peace, man. All right. Everybody's package. They should have received it. The digital information that went out, y'all should have it. Check your spam. All right. There's some digital products and there's some physical products. All right. All right. All right, family. This is Professor Griff. I got to get ready to get out of here. Thank y'all very much for joining us. And we're going to send some positive energy out to Dr. Khalid Muhammad's 79-year-old sister to see that she gets the money that the foundation deserves for using her brother's voice in some of those songs by some of those artists. All right. All right. This is Professor Griff. I got to get out of here. I love y'all to life. Make sure y'all tune into the class. Sign up for the class for Sunday. All right. I got to get out of here. Peace, fam. Peace. Bum, bum. Bum, bum, mm, mm, mm.